Today is Friday, October 18th, and my life has been absolute chaos over the last week or two. I haven't done an agricultural fact of the day in quite a few days. And next week I leave for the National FFA convention, so there will probably only be one on Monday. So today's agricultural fact of the day: according to the CDC, 4 human cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza were detected on July 12, 2024. All affected individuals were farm workers in Colorado who were involved in the depopulation of poultry at a facility experiencing an outbreak of HPAI. These workers experienced mild flu-like symptoms and conjunctivitis. These were the first cases of HPAI in humans since 2022 from poultry. However, on July 3rd, 2024, Colorado also reported a case of H5, which is the strain of HPAI that is currently infecting everything, in a dairy worker on an infected dairy farm, which shows Colorado to be experiencing continuous outbreaks. Now, again, this could have been isolated back in July. This isn't totally up to date. It's not. This was the most recent one that I quickly found in a Google search. I didn't want to waste too much time on finding this ag fact of the day. We are operating on a shortened schedule today because of the pep rally, because it's homecoming weekend. But this ties into what I did previously, where we're talking about HPAI in dairy cattle and unaliving cats and the spread of this and how far it has actually reached. Now, I will add that this article did not say that there was any major concern to public health, and the instances of it actually being transmitted from human to human seems pretty low, but it's still something to be aware of, and it's going to get me right back up on that soapbox about why you shouldn't drink raw milk, especially if you're in an area that is having an issue with HPAI infecting dairy cattle specifically, because the pasteurization process is really done for your own health, and it has been proven that the pasteurization process kills that bacteria that causes HPAI. It kills all of those pathogens. So even if a cow has HPAI and she may be symptomatic, that milk can still be utilized, because as it goes through the pasteurization process, which is basically heating up milk to a very high temperature for a short period of time, depending on the type of pasteurization process used, the stuff that you buy in the store goes through that high temp short period of time, where if you buy local milk that is pasteurized, they do a little bit more of a gradual, and it's got to be at that temperature for about 30 minutes. So there are different types of pasteurization processes, but regardless, those processes and the regulations we have exist for a reason. And there's always people that say, oh, you will never be able to change my mind that raw milk isn't healthier for me. But again, the reason that we have these regulations in place is for human health. We don't want major outbreaks of tuberculosis, or in this instance, HPAI, or any other types of illnesses that have been identified over the years that this process of pasteurization kills. It is important, because nobody wants to get sick. So long story short, if you're in Colorado, just make sure you're not drinking raw milk. And if you are, that you've tested the cows for HPAI to ensure that they don't have it. Now, it's not being linked so far in my quick research I did to unaliving humans. And obviously we're not going to depopulate humans. And I don't think they're not depopulating cattle either. So the depopulation, AKA mass unaliving, is occurring in those poultry bird flocks. Anyway, I leave for National Convention on Tuesday, and we will return on Sunday, and I'm just one big ball of stress right now. There have been a lot of medical instances, things in my family currently, so just more stress to add to the pile. The sheep are going out to the solar farm this weekend. It's a lot, but I just keep telling myself I only have to get through the next week, and I'll be a week and a half, and I'll be okay.